Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Delicious Goods. So today we are going to be making beef fried rice. So, um, I wanted to some Chinese food, but there's no really good Chinese food place around here. So I looked up a recipe for beef fried rice, so that's what we're going to make. Now it's probably not going to be exactly like the Chinese restaurants have it. Probably not going to be exactly how authentic it's gonna how it usually is. But that's okay because I have a taste for it and I want it and I'm just gonna make it. So they tell you, at least the recipe I looked up, or the few recipes that I looked up, they tell you to have rice from the day before. Well, I didn't have rice yesterday or whatnot, so I'm actually making rice right now. I'm going to let it do its thing. Wow, English. Let it do its thing, and then I'm actually gonna let it cool down, and then put it in the refrigerator because they want you to have cold rice. So I'm gonna do that. I don't think I have the right oil either, so we're just gonna use some canola oil, and I do not have fish sauce. I do have soy sauce though, but not fish sauce. So there's that. And then I am missing another ingredient, but I actually have no idea what it's called. But it's like those little, um, those white long things. Thin. They look like worms. Best way to describe them. I don't know what they're called. And it's not water crescents, but I forgot what it's called. But I don't have those either, so we're gonna leave those out. Um, So when I was looking at the recipe, they didn't say like any kind of like what kind of beef to use. So I am actually going to be using stir fry beef right here, and I'm gonna see maybe I might cut it either in half or kind of thinly cut it. But we will get to that in a bit. They say use frozen vegetables, so I have with me a bag of mixed frozen vegetables. It is organic, but it's just something that I grabbed real quick yesterday. Um, so we're going to use that. There is carrots, corn, and peas, and then green beans as well. I believe that's all that's in here. So I'm going to be using that. And I believe that is it. Oh, and green onion to garnish it at the end. So let's get cooking. That's what we're gonna make today. Um, this is my first time ever making beef fried rice, and if it tastes good, then I will definitely try it again. So this is just a test. I just want to see how it tastes. I hope it tastes good because I haven't had beef fried rice in a while, and every time I go to the Chinese restaurant, I usually get the large beef fried rice. But if this tastes good, I think I'll make another video where we have a make sweet and sour chicken along with beef fried rice. So that would be fun to do. But they have that wok pan, I think it's called. You know, that giant pan with like it's deeper and whatnot. It's for Chinese food. I do not have one of those pans, and I couldn't find one yesterday at the store. But the store I went to really didn't have like that many pots and pans, but they do have like a small section. So I said, okay. So I'm gonna be using just this. Hopefully it works. I'm not sure if it will, but if it does, that's awesome. If it doesn't, well, at least we will have some kind of decent rice. You know. All right. So let's get started. I'm gonna turn this. I know I'm waiting for a camera that actually can record. Put that off to the side. Gonna mix this real quick. This is the rice, and I'm actually making. It's actually a lot of rice. 2 cups of rice. I am just making it from this bag, and it's right on the back of the bag, but it yields 6 cups of rice. Okay, so that's the serving size. So 8 servings. So there's 2 cups of rice in there with 4 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine, and then salt. The reason why I'm making a lot is because in the video there was a lot of rice. So I decided I was just going to make 3 cups of rice, but I decided not to go with that. So we'll see how it turns out. If it's too much rice, it's no big deal. But we will see how it goes. So first things first is let me get how many eggs are here? 3. We're gonna get our eggs ready. Just need 1 more. Okay. That's it. Then I'm gonna get some canola oil. Again, I don't know exactly what oil to use. I was going to buy some sesame oil yesterday, but I decided against it, so I didn't bother to look at other oils. Because in the video that I watched, they really didn't say what kind of oil. They just said oil to grease it up. So that's that. That's all I did. Come on, stay still. Alright, so let me crack the eggs. So what they did in the video I watched is they made the eggs, set off to the side. They cooked the beef, set that off to the side. Took the rice, threw it in, then threw the vegetables in. Did some soy sauce, did some fish sauce, then added the beef and the egg. But they didn't cook the beef all the way, so I think I'm going to cook the beef all the way just because. But we will, I'll show you guys the cracking some eggs. There we go. Not that you guys want to see this, but just move the mouse. But yeah, the recipes that I looked up, there was kind of a lot. Like, there was a lot of steps to do, and it really didn't seem authentic to me. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it didn't feel authentic. Like it was making it from an actual, like, Chinese restaurant. This, however, what I found was a lot different, and there wasn't that many ingredients. I mean, as you can see, this is all we have. So it wasn't. This seemed more like beef fried rice than any other recipe that I looked at. So I said, you know what? Let's anchor this up. Turn it a little. Whoops. There we go. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just go with this because, again, I had a taste for beef fried rice, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. So we're gonna do these 2. We're gonna chop them. The rice is cooking. Smells good already, even though it's just rice, but still. I need a bowl. Here we go. I'm gonna put the vegetables in. Now, I did get a steamable bag of vegetables because I was in a rush yesterday, but I'm not gonna steam them. They're gonna cook in here when I put the rice in, but they are going to de-thaw, so that's good, right? I need shallots, green onion, whatever people call them these days. Those are no good. And in the video, they did have a special seasoning for the beef. I, however, am just going to season it with salt and pepper. Maybe my usual garlic, salt, and stuff. I'm not really, like, I don't know. We'll see. I got some nice green onions. Like, I'm very proud of these. Look at this. None. They're not really wilted. They seem in really good shape. Proud of that. I'm going to put the bag off to the side. So, while this is getting hot, I'm going to chop my green onion and then set those off to the side. Now, the green onion is only for garnishing on top, so I won't cut all of it, but I think 3 should do. I like green onion. I don't know why. I like cutting it. I like the way it smells. I don't know. It's nice. It has that nice green texture. Alright, sorry about the water. I know that could be annoying since it's right next to the camera. But gotta do what I gotta do. I was going to make just fried rice. And I was gonna add in it wasn't gonna be like Asian inspired fried rice. It was gonna be fried rice with vegetables, and then I was going to add ham to it. But I'm like, you know what? They say, or I read, you could have that kind of rice, that's fine. But then you can also make it an actual meal by adding beef or chicken to it, or pork. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do that. So that's what I did. I decided to be like, you know what? I'm gonna make beef fried rice. Alright, so hopefully this works. I have my oil, and then I'm just gonna dump in the eggs just like this. Go like that. And then we're gonna chop them up while they're in here. So we're gonna take our things and just chop it up. Now they say you don't want to cook the eggs fully because they're going to get added back in when you add the rice. So you just kind of want to work it in. I am cooking this on medium heat, so the rice is done. I'm going to turn this up just a bit. The rice is done. It's a lot of rice. It's almost to the top of the pan. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, let that sit for a minute, and if I can, I'm going to pop it into a bowl and put it in the fridge. That way it can cool and whatnot. I know it's weird for me doing this with 2 spatulas, but that's what they did. You gotta make it authentic, right? For anyone who is not a Chinese person, who doesn't like Chinese food, why? Why don't you like it? I don't know when I got started with Chinese food. It was definitely at a young age. My parents would always, they wouldn't always buy it, but they would, pick it up one day, and I always get the sweet and sour chicken And I never ate the sweet and sour sauce because I always thought it was disgusting. But there was a place that was by my house where I used to live. So I'm gonna, those are gonna be good, so I'm gonna scrape it into the pan. And then we're gonna just let these eggs sit right there. And then we're gonna put that back on the heat and do the beef. There was a place by my house that I used to go to all the time called Mr. Walk, and they were delicious. I kind of went away from my sweet and sour chicken, and I would always get the sesame, what was it, sesame garlic chicken or something like that. It was so good. Delicious. So I'm just seasoning this with the seasoning that I have. I'm going to put in a little more oil. They always say to just put a little oil in. And then swirl it around. And then I'm just going to add in the beef. But yeah, so I started to get away from the sweet and sour chicken. Now, when I used to go to visit Nathan at school, there was a Chinese place on campus, and I would always get the sweet and sour chicken from there because they didn't have the sesame garlic chicken. So I would get the sweet and sour from there, and I don't know, the sweet and sour sauce never really did it for me, so I never really enjoyed it. But I know a lot of people do. I've always wanted to try the honey garlic. Is it the honey garlic or like the honey chicken? But I never did. So I do want to try that one day because that sounds really good. Maybe I'll make it. I'll look for a recipe. Yeah. So I'm gonna chop this real quick. I'm actually gonna chop it really finely. Oh, these must have been freshly picked because they cut nicely. Usually all the green onions that I get, they always have like a layer of silky skin, and then it's always left behind when I cut, and it never cuts properly. These, however, are cutting smooth. Just listen to the crunch. Oh, that's why I love green onion. And why I love cooking, because cooking, you can always change the recipe to what you like, Maybe I didn't want beef, maybe I wanted chicken, or maybe I didn't want to add green onion to this. Maybe I wanted to add regular onion, It's what I love about cooking, and I think I mentioned that before. Cooking is a joy to do, and I love it. Alright, so now that those are good, we're just going to cook the beef. This looks really good. And it's just beef. Stir fry. Alright, so the rice is pretty good. It's still hot. I think I'm going to transfer it to a bowl and pop it in the fridge just to let it cool. Just like I said, they do recommend having it the day before, like rice day before, if you have extra rice. So what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna throw this away. I'll probably need it again. Just all right. Do I want to cover this? Yeah. I'll cover it with foil and then go ahead and pop it in the fridge. Hopefully this works. Sorry, getting Dr. Pepper. I got that new flavor, the dark berry. What is it called? Dark berry? Yes. Really good. Really good. Alright. So while that is cooling, got that ready. We got some sugar, because they recommended that. They want to add salt and black pepper. I've actually never had, I probably have, but I've never had actual soy sauce before. Like, I've never used it. So this is going to be the first time I actually use soy sauce in any recipe. That's cooking. I might drain the... maybe not. I don't know. Like I say, I might drain the fat, but I might leave it in there just to give it that nice flavor. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of fat anyway. So we'll let that cook. In the meantime, whoops. Get to sit here and chat for a second. Hey. So I did make a video Monday. So let me backtrack. So as you know, Trish was here last week, and we made a cooking video on my channel, and then we did a video for her channel. Well, the video, hopefully by the time you guys see this, which should be sometime this week, the video that we made for my channel should be up. I just have been, well, I haven't been lazy, but I have to transfer it from one computer to the other. But we made pickled cupcakes, which actually turned out really good. I was actually very surprised that they turned out. I'm going to turn on the fan real quick. Just turn it on low. They turned out really good. Definitely something that you wouldn't expect to turn out good, but it really, I enjoyed them. I wouldn't necessarily eat them for a dessert, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. Very fun video for us to make. Plus the video that we did on her channel was good too. So check both of those out. But so I decided that I was going to make a video on Monday, and what I was going to make is I was going to make cake, a funfetti cake that I added sprinkles to myself, and use the air fryer that I had to bake it. Now, you can bake stuff in the air fryer, and for anyone who doesn't know what an air fryer is, it is the blue thing, this thing that has been in several videos that I've never used. And if any of you were wondering what that was, yeah, it's called an air fryer. And what that does is that it's supposed to be a healthier way to fry food. So, like, Adding French fries to that without oil, without oil, or making chicken nuggets, or you can even make steak in there, pork chops, fish, anything that can pretty much you can cook on a stove. You can make besides like lasagna or spaghetti or stuff like that. I haven't tried ground beef in there. I don't think you can cook ground beef in there. You may be able to. I'm not sure, but I haven't tried that yet. But I wanted to show you all that to bake a cake in there, it actually worked. Well, the thing was is that I didn't actually have a full box of cake mix because I took some cake mix one day and I added it to pancake batter to make like a flavorful, better pancake. The pancakes turned out well, but I think it messed up the the stuff that you need to actually make the cake, like 3 eggs and oil and water, I believe. So I think it messed up. So it was very like it was more liquidy than normal because I don't think there was too much liquid added to it. So I scrapped that idea, and then I decided to, I said, you know what, maybe I will finish making donuts because the other video that Trish and I were supposed to do that I decided not to do was make donuts. So I had leftover dough from when I made donuts last Thursday, and I made them, and they turned out okay, but I was displeased with it because I didn't want to. I wanted to show you the whole process of it. So I'm like, you know what, forget it. So now I scrapped those 2 videos and decided to make this video. So that was my whole spiel on Monday. I was very disappointed because I really wanted the cake to turn out. I did make a cake in there one time, and it turned out really well. It was a little more brownish than normal. Not, I wouldn't say burnt, but a little more darker than you would cook in the oven. Um, but it turned out really well. It actually, there's a cake pan that comes with it, and at least that came with this one. Uh, but yeah, you can cook pretty much anything in there. Like I said, you can cook pork chops, steak, fish, um, fries, chicken, all kinds of stuff. And it does give you dials of like, oh, you want to cook fries? Press this button, and it will give you the temperature and how many minutes you should keep it on there for. And what happens is there's 2 parts to it. So you have the bucket, a big bucket, and then you have the little like holder, and you dump your food in the holder, and then you clip it onto the bucket, and you put it in, and then it heats up the food, and it's like the heat goes all the way around. It's not like blocked off, and the fat or anything that comes off the meat or fries or whatever drips down, like all the grease drips down, so it's not part of your food. I've cooked bacon in here before, and it actually turned out really good. It turns out a lot crispier than you would do on the stove. Just saying. So any of you who have an air fryer, try that, and let me know in the comments below how you think of it. Because I would definitely recommend it if you are a more, like if you eat a lot of frozen foods, like I said, fries, or pizza rolls, or like frozen chicken nuggets or chicken fingers or chicken tenders. Try it in there instead of doing it in the oven, and I will guarantee you will have your results will turn out a lot better, and it will taste a lot better. All right, so these are done. Oh yeah, these are done. So I'm actually going to turn off the stove, and I'm going. Well, no, we can't keep that on. I'm going to put these in. Hear that sizzle? Oh, look at that steam. Um, They should fit in this bowl. Yeah. So I turned everything off for now. because I'm gonna give the rice about 10 minutes. It's not gonna be as cold as I want it to be, but I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes before we fry it. So at 2:15. So we'll talk more. Um, but yeah. So that's everything about the air fryer of what I wanted to show you. Um, maybe one day I will show you. I plan to make French fries, like homemade French fries, and we'll pop them in there and we'll test them out to see how good they are and whatnot. But we definitely use that for like chicken nuggets and just pizza rolls. Pizza rolls, if you like things crispy, um, definitely do that in the air fryer because they turn out a lot crispy. Now, again, you can adjust the time and the temperature by yourself, or you can press a button if it's chicken or steak or whatnot, and it will automatically give you the time. But you can do it yourself. Um, they always say to kind of preheat it before you start doing everything. I do not. I just throw stuff in there and then pop it in. I usually cook things at 400 degrees because I'm always in a rush to eat it. Just saying. So I usually do 400 for 15 minutes. One, it does give you a nice crisp, and two, things cook a lot faster. And then what I usually do is halfway through, I give the bucket a nice shake, and that way everything can turn over and whatnot. And then they turn out pretty good. So, like I said, maybe one day we will make homemade fries and put them in there, and then we should do that. Test out frying the fries. We could do three options. We'll do frying, we'll do air fryer, and then we'll do the oven, and let's see which one turns out better. So it's a good idea. So yeah, there's that. Again, I want to apologize for videos. I've been busy the past few weeks, as you know. I think I said it in the vlog. With me being at work, me getting ready for Trish being here, and then Trish's week when she came. So, we did do a lot of fun stuff. I'm actually going to try this. Not bad. Not bad. Um, we went to the beach. We went to the battleship, but I did post a video on Monday. And there was supposed to be music. I couldn't find any music, and I wasn't about to create an account to have, get free music for 30 days or whatnot, because I did that once before, and yeah, so not even going to worry about it. So I'm sorry that it is a silent video, but yeah. Mm, what else? What was that? I talked about the cupcake video. I think that's it. Sorry, I'm eating a green onion. So I will be the end of May / the beginning of June. I will be heading up north to visit some family and some friends. Not all of them, but some. I do. The reason why I'm going is because Nathan has a wedding to go to, and I decided to tag along. So I'm gonna mostly spend time with family and whatnot. So I will try to have videos ready. But why I'm mentioning it is because I should be around that time getting 2 monitors, so I can dual wield monitors to finally start streaming, hopefully, because I do want to start streaming on Twitch, because I feel that a lot of some games that I play would be better streaming than making videos, aka World of Warcraft. So um, that's probably going to be the main game I stick to for now, and then hopefully transition into other games. But the list was between, it was, I think, uh, World of Warcraft, Dead by Daylight, because I've been playing, I can turn this off now. I have been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight lately, which would be fun to stream, but I'm not really good at that game. I have, I've been playing with my friend Dorothea. She has, I posted a video about us two playing, and we just played yesterday, so that's going to go up on the channel in the next few days. I have to edit that. But that would be fun to stream. And then I also considered Fortnite to stream, even though I'm not good at that game either. But I said, hey, why not? I also thought of games that I could play with the community, which would be um, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2. That's in 4v4, so I'm like, okay, why not? Town of Salem, and if anyone who has that, that would be a game that I would definitely stream, even though that people who play may, stream snipe, but that's we'll figure it out. Um, then what was the other one? There was Killing Floor 2. That is a 6-player game, which is an kind of, I wouldn't say like Left 4 Dead, but it's a zombie shooter, so that's a lot of fun. Zombie shooter with waves, pretty much. A lot of fun, which I don't even know why I'm describing it, because I've posted videos about Killing Floor on the channel with my brother Nick, his wife, and his friend Marissa, and his wife Ashley. So, that's a game that I considered playing. What was the other one? And then I did consider streaming StarCraft as StarCraft 2 as well, but I would probably do ranked matches, but I'm not really good at that game. At least not against other people. Otherwise, any game that anyone suggests, really. But I think the main game that I will be streaming so far is World of Warcraft, because I feel like that would be an easy game to stream to kind of get started with, because it's the game doesn't really have an end point. I mean, we're leveling up now. We still have a 62 druid that we have to level up, but it's not really like a start to finish game sort of. So there is that. I'm going to turn this, and let's get our rice out. I'm sure, again, it's not going to be um, that cold. Matter of fact, the bowl is still hot. But I want to try this, so that's what we're going to do. I think is to give it a nice crisp to the rice. But we will see. I'm just going to dump the remains. Alright. So now we're going to turn this on medium heat. We're going to add in a bit of oil. When we're done with the oil, and then we're going to let this heat up real quick. We're going some rice to it, and it's and pretty much everything else. Let's go ahead, let that get warm. I did buy another cake box because I was going to make the cake homemade, but I didn't have cake flour that they suggest. So that was the whole reason why I did the cake, the box cake to begin with, because I didn't have cake flour. But while I was at the store yesterday, I completely forgot about the cake flour. So now I bought a box of cake. So we're gonna add in. I'm gonna add in almost half of this. That should be good. Turn that down a little. If I want to add more, I'll add more. But we're just gonna kind of get this brown a little before I add in anything else. So if you're wondering, what I'm doing with recipes, I'm kind of looking at several recipes online to see what I want to cook, because I'm not really good with making up stuff my own. Like, I never would have thought about making this by myself, like in my own head, until I actually looked it up, because I wouldn't know what to do. So what I'm thinking about doing, or what I have been doing, I should say, is I've been I'm gonna add a little more, just a little more. I've been looking at several recipes of the same product. So, like, again, I looked up a few recipes for the fried rice. And then I've been not following it step by step. Oh, I got some of them. Whatever. But I kind of take a look at it, see what I need, see what kind of, like, how to cook it, like the instructions, and then kind of do my own thing with it. So that way it's not like totally copying everything. But I'm going to add in the vegetables. Just going to add all those in. This looks good already. But yeah. So we're going to move this around a little. Actually, I really don't like that. Let those cook a little bit before we add in the seasoning. Because we're going to salt and pepper this, and then we're going to add in the soy sauce, and then we're going to add in a little bit of sugar, because that's what they said to do. And then we're going to add in the meat and the egg last, and then kind of garnish it with the green onion. Like I said, I'm missing those noodle things or whatnot to actually go with it. So we're leaving those out today. I remember back in 7th grade, where we had home home economic class where we made fried rice. Just fried rice, not beef fried rice. And it was actually really good. Now I'm going to salt it. Should be good. Don't want a lot of salt. Give it some nice black pepper. Add in some soy sauce. Now they do use, at least the recipe I had, they use light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. I'm not sure what, oops, well, just got that all over. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. So I just bought soy sauce. I don't know if it makes a difference. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of sugar. Now for the sugar, I'm not going to add in like a ton. I'm going to add in maybe a teaspoon or two. They really didn't say how much, but they say just to kind of, that should be good. Sprinkle it. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it does something, but there's that. I'm going to put this away. Sugar away. Let's give this a nice stir real fast. It smells good. It looks good. Alright, and then I'm going to add in the beef. I guess by this point I can use tongs to kind of mix it around. I should have cut the beef. I wasn't thinking. Oh well. Alright. I'm going to make sure these are good. Oh yeah. And then we're going to add in the egg. I'm going to get a bowl. Alright. Turn this off. Let's go ahead and grab some. And then we're just going to garnish it with some ring onions. Alright. Ignore the mess on the stove. So, this is what it looks like. It actually looks pretty good. It smells really good too. So let's dig in. I'm gonna just kind of cut off the beef. Mmm. Mmm. That is good. Doesn't taste like Chinese food, obviously, but this is really good. To follow a recipe, to not actually have the recipe in front of you, I think this turned out really good. I'm just adding a little more green onion. I will say this. I would probably use a different cut of meat. Or at least use half of the stir fry. I should have cut it. I don't know why I didn't. But I think it would have been better cut. Otherwise, that's the only complaint I have for this. This is delicious. Probably should have added more rice, though. I feel like there's not enough. I feel like all I get is meat. I definitely give this an A+. And this is good. And I know, I get why they want you to have leftover rice, so it's not as sticky as this one is. Remember, I cooked the rice first and then put it in the fridge for no reason because it didn't really do anything. But I think it would probably be better if you did use overcooked rice, not overcooked, leftover rice, overcooked. For this, because it gives you that nice, I wouldn't even know how to describe it, but the rice is mushy here. It doesn't really have like a solid texture, like as you can see it. But for making this the first time and not having the proper meat and not having some ingredients and not having the rice, like leftover rice, turned out really, really good. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this. I have a lot of leftovers though, but that's okay because I'll eat them throughout the week since I'm off. But yeah, I'm excited. But that ends this episode of Delicious Goods. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate, if I can talk. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate. Oh my God, I can't talk. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you for joining me to make this beef fried rice. Again, I would try this if you guys do like Chinese food, and if you don't want to go buy some and you have the ingredients, make it at home. And that's another thing I should say. If you don't want to buy, you don't want to go out and get food, but you have the ingredients, and maybe not all the ingredients, as you can tell, because we didn't have all the ingredients, you could definitely whip this up yourself. A bag of mixed frozen vegetables, some beef, rice. Does it have to be leftover? No. Is it better leftover? Yes. But why not? Some soy sauce, and I think that's what really makes this the dish is the soy sauce, because it is it's soy sauce. And I know a lot of people use soy sauce because it is, well, this soy sauce, I should say, is no preservatives added, and cannot talk today. Traditionally brewed. So, I mean, it's soy sauce. So yeah. Again, thank you all for tuning in, for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. and a wonderful weekend if this video gets posted near Friday, most likely. Otherwise, remember to be the best you can be, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!